Welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm, episode 8, with me, MrSealyp. As you've seen, I've been working on some grass cutting and I've started filling up one of the bunker silos so we can get some silage on the go. I've also taken over the plough with the Challenger to field 54 because that crop now, actually I probably don't want to show it on that screen, do I? On this one, where are we? Field 54. Field 54 there is showing growth as first growth stage, so that now I'm going to plough in almost like a cover crop because that's the field I'm doing the poplars in. I've been up to the store and the T8's up there with the Damcon PL-75 I believe it is. Let me just double check that as well. Busy. Yeah, the Damcon PL-75 tree planter, and I've got a couple of pallets of poplars which are going to be going in the ground. That's going to be my poplar field. But something else that has changed is I purchased the Gregoire Besson Trailed Lifter, and I also got the Vicon, or it's the Zweegers one, I think it is, the small Haybob windrower, so that when it's running behind this, it makes a very thin windrow, which makes life a lot easier than it being spread all over the place. That works very, very nicely. So yeah, there's all sorts going on, all very exciting stuff. And then I go around and collect it up later on, which makes a bit more sense, really. This silo, it has been mentioned to me that, I think, did I mention this in the last episode? I'm rambling on straight off the bat, and what I should say is this. It's been well over a week since the last episode on here, and I have mentioned it on the various different mod reviews, guide twos that I've been doing, with so many guide twos coming out after Christmas and a few new maps out, with the first look map tours, the guide twos, a couple of guide to updates. The Valley of the Old Farm and the West Coast have suffered somewhat, so I need to get a few episodes on here done. So I'm trying to remember what was said and what wasn't. The silo in the farm apparently takes everything, so you don't need this. That said, I'm going to keep this because I want a bigger capacity for storage, although the capacity on the farm is actually, if I press the right button, pretty good on this one. It's 800,000 litres, so to be fair, I could use the farm silo instead of this, which I may at some point swap it all over and then get this broken down maybe and sell it off for parts, or I don't know. But I do like it. I like this silo, that's why I've kept it. So anyway, a few things going on. Fields 91 and 92 just over here are almost ready to be mowed. They could do with another fertilising state, and 62, which I seeded, is obviously still growing. So there'll be more grass to go into the bunker silo, but I need to be very wary that it's now 9 o'clock in the morning. If I'm going to do more grass and cover that silo, I want to do that before it goes into the next day, because I do not want that rotting away and disappearing. I think it might do that, so I need to be very, very careful. So it's still showing as hail. What I'm going to do is get over to field 54, get that ploughed, and then get the equipment down to start getting some poplars in the ground, which I've been saying I'm going to do for quite some time. I'll see you there in a moment. So coming through the undergrowth to field 54, which is here. This is all in its first growth stage, so I'm hoping this is going to work. I bought this over a little while ago, so I was ready for when it was ready. Let's jump up into here. Need to make sure it's just right. I suppose what I could do is set a worker, but I'll start off. Now what I'm hoping is, as I plough across this, get that angle just right. If I check in the map, so what should be showing now on the fertilising, yeah, that's now soil composition is showing as dark blue. That's fully fertilised, so not too bad an idea to do it this way, and then bring poplars over. Now, as far as I'm aware, someone said about planting poplars, and again I have to apologise. I know there have been conversations with various, chats or messages backwards and forwards from various different people, all the usual suspects that speak to me and help me out with various different things, like Barris, golf cart jockey, Mark M79 pops up every now and again, Sanders fan, did I say Big Daddy, Elder 11. I'm trying to remember everyone's names, and every time I do this I forget somebody and then I feel terrible. I've forgotten that particular person. David, who also helps out quite a lot, Jonathan, Sean, there's loads of people. Anyway, so what I've done now, set a worker. This should hopefully, please catch that bit. Brilliant. this will carry on ploughing this out. What I will do now is bring over the T8 with the Damcon PL-75 so we can get some poplars in the ground here. They can start growing. Then I can get back to the grass, carry on cutting grass and getting some silage made. Lots to do. So what are we on? Early summer, day 1 of summer. Perfect. So, T8's up here at the store. I bought up the Merlot. Got 1 pallet on the forks of the Merlot to bring that over. I also got one of the weights. That new handy weight. I can't remember who it was done by. Anyway, never mind. I did it was in the Guide 2 mod review. So I've got the weight. I thought that's going to be coming very, very handy. I've got the Damcon PL-75 and I've got 1 pallet on there as well. So I can get started. And I always misjudge it with the poplars, and I buy way too many pallets, and then I've got so many spare I just don't know what to do with them. So I'm going to start off easy this time with 2 pallets, see how I get on, because that may well be enough to do the whole field, and if it is enough then I haven't got to buy any more. If I do, I'll just send the Merlot back, get another pallet and bring it back again. That's probably the best way of doing it. So looks like it's going to be another busy week ahead. I'm not sure what other mods are due out. I think the New Holland, what are they called? The something. There's another New Holland set, or a tractor or set of tractors that I think is in testing. I know Skelton Farms due out at some point. There's the Leaper crane pack. There's all sorts that's in testing and kind of on the way. All of them coming soon. People keep messaging me and saying, do you know when they're coming out? I honestly don't. A lot of the websites for these guys, Blacksheep Modding, MTS, you know, any of these mods that are coming out, go and have a look on their websites. They often have updates and stuff, but once they submit their mods into Giants, it's however long it takes Giants really to do them, so there's no kind of hard and fast rule as to how long it's going to take. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the road again, aren't I? Whoops. Right. I need to get that seeder back. If I've missed the turning, I know it's in through the forest here somewhere. Could be here. Right. Perfect. There we go. Challenger doing a wonderful job. Let's get this right on the edge. Like that. As best we can. Now, actually, what I started to say, I was saying about people giving me advice and help. That with this, I think you can set it. And I've never tried this. Where are we? Yeah, allow create fields. So you can actually do this on a grass field. I always thought you had to plant poplars on a field, like an actual field, like a ploughed field, or even cultivated, or whatever it might be. But if you allow create fields, I think like when you plant trees, you can plant it on normal grass, which I didn't realise. So I suppose the other thing to do, I could. Oh no, if I grassed it, then it would go over the... I suppose it could work. But it does mean you can plant poplars wherever you want, which I didn't realise before. So if I do L1, and the other thing I didn't know as well, planting distance, 10 metres. So I can do planting distance 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I never knew that. Why didn't I know that? Top left hand corner, I can change the planting distance. I honestly never knew. Now is that width between each thing? Because that was set on 10. That seems quite... I do planting distance 2 metres. Or is that maybe because it's on seasons? I honestly don't know. Anyway, so let's turn on the tree planter. We are spinning. Let's lower tree planter. Right, I am going to set a work on this. And why is it done part there and part over? Maybe I should have set it a little bit further over. But we are planting. Now I've set it on 2 metre, so I'm assuming when it turns around it will be a 2 metre gap. That's unusual. 10 metre gap seems very wide. But we are finally getting poplars in the ground on field 54. I'm going to have to give this a go as well. If I've got the tree planter, I think I've only got Leased, to be fair. But what I might do is get another pallet and then go somewhere, maybe up by my sugar beet field, and just plant a whole load of poplars and just see what happens. Because I haven't ever actually tried that. I think the worker's just going to carry on into the wilderness. Oh no, he's going to turn around. I've done it again. He is going to turn around. She is going to turn around. I need to move the plough out of the way. It seems to start off and then change. I don't know why that is. But anyway, right. That's getting done. I'm going to jump out, let the worker carry on with that. Go and move the Challenger. Not that I'm going to have a shortage of trees really. When it gets to winter I'm going to have plenty to do. But I just realised I hadn't really done poplars for quite some time. So it seemed like the thing to do. Let's get this out of the way. I don't want to go over... I wonder if I can cut through the trees here into the road. Probably. There we go. Look, just here. I think I just caught the plough on the ground. That could be why that suddenly dug in. Now I have put the ramp down on the bunker silo for the time being because I need to get some more grass done in a minute. But what I've done is tip from this back end, and what I'm hoping to do is kind of fill it out from the back end, then maybe drive onto the top of it to compact it. That's the plan anyway. See how that goes. And then what I'm going to do, because I've got some grass in storage. Obviously the whole grass in storage thing has caused a bit of a not a controversy, because you can put it in the silo. I kind of do. But it has kind of been said that you wouldn't put grass into a silo, especially if you cut it and it's even slightly damp, because it can cause heat to build up and all sorts of problems. So it's not realistic, but I've just kind of, I don't know, because you can put it in there, I know it's not realistic, I feel bad. But anyway. Back off to the poplars. Now the worker is still going. I'm 4 rows in, and this has barely scratched the surface of this pallet. Still at 1,660 litres. So what I'm thinking is, if I do get a long way across this field on this pallet and then bring down the other one, I'm going to have to go somewhere else to plant the rest of the next pallet. That's probably what I'm thinking. I'm also trying to work out in my head what I've got planted, what I've got on the go. I've got a wheat field which I extended, I've got a barley field, I've got a grass field, I've got sugar beet on the go. This will be poplars, but I don't have any, so I've got a root crop. I was trying to think of it logically to do like feeding the pigs and things like that. Did I have enough of each individual one? If I wanted to then start doing pigs, I've got enough in storage to get them going. That was kind of the theory. Haven't done any sunflowers, although I have got field 2 has got oilseed rape. What was oilseed rape? I put in field 2, wasn't it? Again, racking my brains trying to think what I did. Fruit types, field 2 canola, yeah, oilseed rape. Yeah, so field 2 up there is my oilseed rape field. If I come down here, I put, oh, that was it, soybean in my field 56A. I've got sugar beet in 55A, I think I called that, didn't I? I'm putting poplars into here. I've got wheat in 52, I've got barley in 51. 91 and 92 are grass, and 62's got grass in, which is growing at the moment. Not looking too bad. 25 and 26 I haven't done anything with, but I think I'm going to leave that for this season. I am thinking as well, I do need to save some money. I've got to get a harvester because I'm going to need to harvest in autumn, and logging is not paying very much at all at the moment. So for the amount of logging I would do to have to make enough money, you kind of weigh up, is it really worth it? So a few crops in the ground, and I have to say that's not bad getting started on my first year. I keep saying first season, I mean like first growing season, not as in each season. And then we'll be on to day 2, will be midsummer. Trying to work out what to do in midsummer. And hopefully the grass is going to grow again, so in autumn I'll be able to get another cut done of grass maybe. But that said, I'm not sure what to do. Oh, sheep, yeah, I need to get sheep as well. So anyway, there's a few things to do. Lots going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the worker chugging away on this. I'm going to go and get the Merlot, bring the Merlot down with the other pallet, so that when this is done, or at least if the pallet's nearly empty, I can then put some elsewhere, and I'll have just a load of poplars in the ground. So, this will continue. It is slow progress at 3 miles an hour, but it's working, so I'm very happy with that. So I have to be incredibly careful with the pallet on the front of this to make sure it doesn't come flying off the front. And I'm going to apologise now if you're watching this sometime in the future and you're working through this Let's Play episode after episode. Between the last episode and this one there has been a rather large gap, and that's kind of what I've been sort of mentioning. I can't remember what I said and what I didn't in the last episode. The Merlot I took in and had a bit of work done on it, so I've changed the tinted windows to standard windows, and I put the rear weight on the back of it. I just felt that kind of needed doing. As the weight was a new mod, it kind of worked rather well. And I'm trying to think if I have to check in my equipment, the new Rayboard Xylor stump grinder. I was going to get one from here and I can't remember if I did. I know I did the guide 2 on this map, but that was just a guide 2 and then I kind of reset. I didn't save it, so that wasn't actually affecting this Let's Play at all. So what I will do before I move on is quickly have a look. I'll go down here, it'll be easier to find if I've got it. I don't think I bought it. Like I say, I got the Trailed Lifter, and I got the Haybob 300, the PT25 weight. I haven't got it yet. Okay, that's what I was going to do, because I had the stump grinder that went with the skid steer, but I'm going to get the Rayboard Xylor. Where will that be in? That's in Forestry, isn't it? The mod from Blacksheep Modding. I love it. Again, there's been a few, that one there. I'm going to get that. There have been a few people saying they don't like it. There are better mods out there. If you're on PC, there are better versions apparently. I love this. I think it's a great bit of kit. I said that when I did the guide too. So I'm going to get one of those. So when I carry on clearing woodland, I can use it as a plough as well. I'm also considering getting a wheel loader, but I don't know whether I will or not. Lots of options available. Right, that's going all rather well. Let's just pull this up here and jump out. I wonder how many that's used now. Let's see. So I'm assuming that's what it means when it says distance, whether it's 2 meters. Why would you put it on 10 meters? 10 meter gaps. Unless I suppose you're doing it between other things. If you had trees in rows, you might want to do poplars in between. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm thinking out loud again. It's what I do. And that is filled 54 complete. I still have 498 litres of poplars left in the pallet. So what I'm going to try, and this is what I meant, I wasn't sure. If I allow create fields, I think it should be L1 and triangle. Now turn it on and drop it down. Ah. Well, there you go, I've never done that before. It is allowing you to plant them in amongst the grass. But it does leave a little kind of cleared, almost like not a trough, you know what I mean? Almost like a little cultivated patch. Now obviously doing it like that you're not going to get all, well, I assume you still get on an actual field, you'll get all the benefit of fertiliser and stuff, and here, because it's off to the side, you won't. I'm going off at a slight, that is not the straightest line you're ever going to see. In fact, it's not even close to being straight, but you can plant them then anywhere. I never knew that either. The only downside to do it this way, you won't be able to hire a worker for obvious reasons, because the worker won't know when to stop. If I press circle now, it just stops because it doesn't know what to do. So if I now press L1 and triangle again, turn it on, drop it down, I can continue myself. It says it's not doing it, or not. Now create fields, there we go. So yeah, I didn't know that. Now, just to make absolute certain, between now and when I edit this, I'm going to check my messages for who the person was that actually told me about this. I think it could be Fragdad. In my head, I'm now just thinking, it could be Fragdad that told me this. So whoever it was, that will come up on the screen now. But it just goes to show you can plant them anywhere. You don't have to do it in a field, which I assumed you always did have to. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to continue with this. I'm probably going to go up onto the field over by the sugar beet field, 55A over that direction, which actually is just through there, through the woods, which gives me an entire pallet and this little bit. So I was absolutely spot on with the pallets. I could have got away with one if I was just doing this field, but realistically I'm going to put some more in elsewhere, which I might as well. I think what I might do actually is whiz over, and that little patch, I'll bring the Merlot over in a minute, but that is done. That patch down by the sawmill where there were poplars, then when I set it on seasons everything disappeared. I could put some patches in there, so what I'll do is head down and probably do that. I do need to double check this again, I can't remember if I did or not, whether my own field, that 56A, needs any more fertiliser or anything on it. I don't think it does. I think I pretty much did it all, so that should be on maximum. But I've got these little strips over here that I can put some poplars into, and that, I think, is going to be the end of this episode. I've got the poplars done, like I said I was going to, but there are these little strips here, so what I might do, actually I could do with being ploughed up, cultivated maybe. Yeah, I'll wait and I'll do that. These are going to go, I might actually put some strips in between, then cultivate them. And anyway, regardless, it is the end of the episode. I'm going to carry on myself, actually I'll turn it off. I'm going to carry on myself, put some here, put some up there by 55A, and get some more poplars in the ground. Next episode, probably get some sheep will be the next episode, I'm thinking. Get some more grass cutting, and carry on with seasons. It's all going very well. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.